Thank you for logging into another edition of Peer Power News. I'm Jerica Phillips. To start the show, Peer Power would like to recognize the impact and honor the legacy of its founder, Charlie McVane, who passed away on June 6th. Charlie founded Peer Power nearly 17 years ago with the vision to create a world where all children have the ability to learn and grow despite their zip code. Here's a look at how his vision began.
Everybody hears the story about public schools in Memphis and haven't got problems and this, that, and the other. So I spent some time over here, and it didn't take me long to figure out that we had an extraordinary group of top students. And so then what we learned, the top end of these older kids in these public schools are the most underutilized asset in this society today.
Join the movement in honor of Charlie's memory by investing in the next generation of employees, entrepreneurs, and engaged citizens in Memphis and the Mid-South. Charlie saw a need to help underprivileged students when he started Peer Power at East High School. Almost 2 decades later, Peer Power has expanded to 10 schools in Shelby County and continues to improve upon its services. Here's what a few SCS principals had to say about how Peer Power has grown to 10 schools and gotten 10 times better.
Peer Power has impacted the school tremendously because they are in the work with us. They helped us to actually establish our vision for the school.
A lot of students need that hands-on ability for someone to come and sit down and say, hey, look, oh, we need to do this instead of that. You know, you're real close, motivate them, you know, and that's what I've seen in Peer Power.
Peer Power is coming to Raleigh Egypt High School. We're definitely excited about the program. It will definitely help our children. We need it, we need it, we need it.
And speaking of Shelby County schools, at this year's State of the District Address, SCS Superintendent Dr. Joris M. Ray presented the new Reimagining 901 strategic plan. The plan will see SCS work over the next decade to build new schools, innovative educational programs, and create new partnerships in the community.
My parents didn't graduate from high school, but they wanted something more for all the children. They taught us to dream big, and that's what we're gonna do for Shelby County schools. Dream big for our children. That's why we are reimagining 901.
A big component of Reimagining 901 will be expanding upon Shelby County's community schools model and strengthening bonds with influential partners like Peer Power.
So the community schools model is an approach to addressing the barriers that impact students' academics, physical learning, social emotional learning, and their mental capacity. But what makes our model even more unique is the intentionality around including nonprofit businesses and corporations that also support the work that's happening within the school. Mr. McVane's vision for Peer Power is a perfect example of innovation that was before its time. We're talking about where a guy's coming in and saying, I'm not only going to help to address the academic needs of your school, I'm actually going to pay your students to be a part of this. I'm going to pay them to tutor and support other students, and then I'm going to also pay the teachers to support those students as well. That's the type of innovative thinking that we have to address, and we have to think about long term. What's going to be the best way to engage all of our students, all of our staff members, all of our community members in pushing forward the academic vision of Shelby County Schools.
For Peer Power News, I'm Caleb Suggs.
Big River Crossing downtown on the Mississippi is America's longest rail, bicycle, and pedestrian bridge. With the help of contributions from Charlie, the bridge was completed and opened to the public in 2016. Peer Power celebrates Charlie's role in the project each year at its BRX Half Marathon and 5K fundraiser event. Here's what one success coach had to say about the impact of BRX and her experience at last year's fundraiser.
It's really motivating to see people gather together and run for Peer Power. It lets me know that we have a lot of communal support in the efforts that we're trying to make. So it really makes me just motivated and very content in what I'm doing as far as the success coach. It's definitely a self-paced run. It's definitely a self-paced activity, but you're doing it for a good purpose. So any contribution that you can make, even if it's just your presence, is definitely well appreciated.
And that'll do it for Peer Power News. But before we go, Peer Power would like to thank all of its donors for their ongoing support and for making Charlie's vision possible. The organization asks its followers to join the Peer Power movement. And if you'd like to do so, visit peerpowerfoundation.org to sign up for monthly donations. Your contribution will impact the lives of students all across Memphis. Again, I'm Jerica Phillips, and thanks for watching.